The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 207. You get the Nasdaq up 60 bucks. S&P's up 17. Gold contract down 320, trading at $13.54 an ounce. We have silver down 10 cents, $16.77 an ounce. Light sweet crude flat, $60.53 a barrel. Notes and bonds, you get the 10-year note up 2 ticks, 120.13. 30-year bond up 25, 144.05. King dollar's getting sold down in once again. It looks like, I suspect, it looks like it's actually breaking those lows from last week. That's down 405, 88.600. The euro is at 124, almost 125 to 1 US dollar. Yen continues lower, 106.36 to 1 US dollar.
The train's back on the tracks, man.
A huge bounce.
Here we go. Quite a week.
Train's back on the tracks, no doubt about it. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. And don't forget, folks, if you haven't test drove the Thinkorswim platform, real easy to do. Come over to our website at TFNN. You'll see the banner on the top or the side. Hit the banner, bring it up. You can trade with paper money. Listen to Kevin and his team each and every day, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time swim lessons. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, O'Brien family. How's everybody doing?
Doing good, man. That NASDAQ yesterday, when we take a look at that NASDAQ, that was one heck of a move, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this market seems to have consumed and digested this inflation information and just decided that it's not going to take it off their path. I think the fact that once you looked a little deeper into the inflation number from yesterday and realized that a lot of the inflation, a lot of what got us to up 0.5 was gasoline prices, right?
Yeah.
If you took out food and energy, it was actually a pretty benign number. This market realizes, and same with the PPI coming in today, that there's not a lot of it's a moderate amount of inflation coming into this market, and that's what this market wants. It's got good corporate earnings and inflation rising, but at a very moderate level.
Yeah, and we've been in this type of market for so long that we've been talking about inflation, like where is it? Where is it? And it still seems that it's in the stuff that we need, like the food, your rents, right? But the bottom line is that how they calculate it too. The bottom line is that it's not there, and
right.
When we take a look,
fair enough. I think this move, Tom, in the 30-year bond today is pretty spectacular.
It is
for the numbers that we're getting out in the 30-year bond. A rally like this, it's interesting. Everyone thinks the bonds are going to die, right. And then guess what? In the 10-year, not that it saved itself this morning, okay, but the bottom line is that you have a start. You actually have a real bid, which we haven't had in almost a month, Right.
Pretty amazing.
And the other thing that's jumping out at me today when I look at the board is dollar down, oil and gold both down with a lower U.S. dollar. That's a little surprising to me.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I guess in definitely gold's case, I mean, that was quite a move yesterday, so maybe it's just taking a rest, you know what I mean?
You're right. There's destined to be a little bit of consolidation there. You are correct.
Yeah. So, swim lessons. What are we going to be talking about today, Kevin?
I am on the road today, Tom, at local branches for TD Ameritrade, doing live hits from the local branches. Victor Jones and Scott Connor.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
Yeah. Scott Connor will be back in the chair for today with Victor Jones I'll be on in the first session right at 10 a.m. Chicago time, 11 Eastern, and then they'll be taking you through the rest of the day on swim lessons. I'm sure they'll be covering the market moves, they'll be covering the economic data, which is kind of what we're evolving into in that first block there on swim lessons, is really going over all these numbers and giving you giving you an educational look at the numbers, and then we'll get into our lesson for the day, which is covering different tabs on the Thinkorswim platform.
Nice. So it's pretty cool. So you're on the road. Where are you?
I'm just in on the other side of the city in Chicago at the local branch.
That's awesome, man. You know?
Yeah.
Branching out to the branches.
Right here with the customers.
Well, you know, it's so intriguing. And folks, you know, just, you know, we talk a lot about trading in general, but the bottom line is that, you know, over at TD Ameritrade, I mean, you want to get in for a long-term ride, bottom line, they got plenty of advisors over there, too. You know, and
Right. It's not just trading, it's investing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's no doubt, you know, and, you know, when we talk about the program every day, which has been really cool, is that we get tax time. They've been going over not only the taxes, they've been going over the changes that are inside the program, meaning inside the platform, which
how about that piece yesterday on Twitter and using Twitter to generate not only information but trades as well? That's a remarkable.
It is remarkable, and what Kevin's talking about, folks, is that you're going to be able to trade on Twitter, on the platform, and when the woman was explaining, which was really wild, is that they're basically merging not only data, they're merging social with data.
Sure.
You know, as to, you know, what's going on. What are people talking about? Where are the trends going? And then that whole thing about you were talking about how it actually is an alert system also. I mean, that's yeah, I know. Amazing.
You can use breaking news. Where do you see, I mean, more and more Americans, I'm guilty of this myself. When I hear about breaking news, I go right to Twitter to find out the you know, and you're getting news there almost instantaneously.
It's one of the quickest sources, for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, listen, man, you have a great day, safe day. We really do appreciate you calling in. Bottom line, we got a two-way market out here. You know, we'll see where this whole thing basically shakes out. Thanks so much, Kevin. Have a great one, a safe one. Of course, we're going to look forward to listening to Scott at 10 o'clock.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Kevin. That Twitter deal is
oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowd-sourced information, right? I mean, there's no quicker avenue.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Yep.
And the news aspect, and that's why, you know, Twitter's as a stock, this thing's been moving, man.
It has.
$33. Yeah. I mean,
quite a run the last 6 months.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, 14 to 33.
Yep.
And, you know, I suspect, you know, they'll figure out, if you're the first one with news out there, that's a big deal. Right?
Yes, definitely.
You know, because people are looking for
information. That's today's day and age, right?
Yeah, they're looking for information, and it's instant what they're looking for. Let's go over and take a look at some of the higher volume stocks out here as we kick this market off. Actually, let's go into the NQs first. So the NQs, that was well, they were all had a nice counter trend bounce yesterday. Well, they bounced. We'll find out whether it's a counter trend bounce or not. What I expect we're going to see here, like those NQs, 68.13. That's be the number. 67.54.
Okay.
We'll see where they can make it. So, oh, I see. The bottom is 67.52. Oh, that's what we might have done. Okay, so Tommy and I are going to be coming right back. We're going to be talking about February 2nd. February 2nd low, folks, is 67.52. We hit 67.54. Stay right there, folks. Coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionics, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 126. You get the Nasdaq up 41. S&Ps are up 9.5, and it's Thursday, so we have natural gas.
We sure do. So yesterday we got quite a move in that oil. I mean, oil rocking and rolling. Even today, rocking and rolling off the EIA numbers, 10:30. Right. So Thursdays we got natural gas EIAs. Right now we're pulling up the contract. We're looking at the March natural gas contract, trading 256.32. We'll start off with, I jumped into the spreads. Okay. Natural gas, we'll go into the 11 a.m.s. So you got three options here. You have the upper portion, goes from 255 to 275. You have one that kind of splits where we're at, 245 to 265 with 256 almost right in the middle, and then you have one 255 down 20 cents. So the type of trades we like to take a look at, maybe the volatility trades, they line up somewhat nice where, the focal point's only about a penny and a half. Yeah. So this would be your bullish spread, right? You have 20 cents to the upside, 255 to 275. You're going to have almost a penny and a half of intrinsic value in there. So this would be the more expensive spread versus the bearish one. You'd be buying this spread. It's going to cost you $19. And of that, $12 of that's going to be intrinsic value, right? Because every penny is $10 in here. Right. Yes, every penny is $10. It's a 20-penny spread, which is $200 for the entirety of it. So the bullish spread is going to cost you about 19. Let's pull up the bearish spread, 255 down to 235. That'd be the one that you're selling, and that's going to cost you about 8. Now, what's comparable here, right, is that this one's more expensive pretty much by the intrinsic value. That's what you get used to. You know, I mean, that's because you're paying a similar amount of premium because they both expire in 40 minutes from now. Right. They both have about 20 cents of profit potential, and the difference is that you got to pay for the intrinsic value. And so that's where, you know, so when you pull up the bullish one, if you get used to this enough, you know, 255 to 275, we know we have about now 13 pennies, $13 or 1.4 pennies of intrinsic value. You'd be buying this one, and as that continues to rise, and I could just figure out, well, okay, there's about $8 in premium, and I know intuitively that when you go to the bearish one, it's going to be about $8. So you're looking at $29 or about 2.9 pennies, call it 3 pennies away from that 255 spot, becomes break even. So those are the 11 a.m.s. Let's jump into the noons. Noons have the exact same price point.
Which is great.
Which is great, yeah, because then we get to just compare. The only thing that's going to be different is we're paying for the extra hour from 11 a.m. until noon, right? So we'll line it up just the same way. So this was our 11 a.m. Now here's our noon. Now you can see the difference. Pretty close, man. You're not paying. It's a 1 penny difference, okay, for that extra hour. Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Right.
And we'll pull up the bearish one as well.
You know, natural gas can move, so a penny's not a big deal.
Definitely, definitely. And so again, for the noon one, you'd be buying the bullish one. So that's going to cost you about 22, right? Which is the 2.2 pennies.
Yeah.
You know, you're buying it at 257.2, 2.2 pennies above the floor. So paying 22 for the bullish one, and then on the bearish side. Yeah, that's why I hesitated here to click.
Right.
So this needs to take a second to recalibrate. That's too big of a spread.
Right.
Okay, and that's where
you can see the other spread's only 7 ticks, and that one there is 20.
Yeah,
22.
It's 18. Right.
Yeah,
right.
20,
and that's why I paused. I mean, if you saw, I was like, before I even clicked, I was like, hold on. Now I could tell that, you know, this is when you're selling it, right? You're selling it below what it cost you is where your loss potential, and your loss potential is you're selling it. If this was the case at 252.4, your loss potential is up to 255, which is basically the 26 ticks or 2.6 pennies. That's too big of a spread.
And folks, it's really important as Tommy's going over this that you look at these, because that hasn't. I haven't taken a trade like that, but what has happened when I'm doing these sometimes fast inside the NDX 100, when I was doing them, what ended up happening is that if they go by the box, by the top and the bottom of the box, right, on a fast market, you better look at them.
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
That's what it comes down to. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, because to put things in perspective, right, it's like the noon, and you can see that that should be a tighter market. All right, and it usually is a tighter market. And so maybe one market maker was in there. Maybe they just got executed. Maybe they're going to replenish that prior to the news.
That's unusual.
It is unusual.
Right.
And that's why you want to, you know, download the demo and get used to it. Don't just think, you know, you're going to start trading on day one, because that's a perfect example of something you just want to be used to, where you know that that's too big of a spread. Now look what happened. This is important. Look what happened. The 11 a.m., the same thing just happened.
Yeah.
Okay? So we just went over the 11 a.m.
Wow.
It was going to cost us $8 on the bearish one.
Yeah.
Because we're now 1.7 pennies. You know, we're up almost approaching 257.
Right.
Meanwhile, there's not an active bid, so we can't execute an offer at market.
Right.
26. So that's, you know, it's
200%.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It's right. It's a perfect example of just that way you're familiar with what you're trading. Now there it is. It's back in.
Look
okay.
at that.
So that's where you want it, and let's just see if this one's back in too. No, it's not. So, but you can see how I think that what happened is that market maker might have gotten hit. They might have gotten, somebody might have sold, because you can just, I mean, that's not a bad trade if you just want to be bearish.
Right.
You know, and so somebody might have went in there, because look at just the bearish trade. It's only costing you $7.
Yeah, it went down now.
Right. Oh, right. No, it's the same. Right. And it should, though, because now it's above 2 pennies above where we're at.
Right.
And somebody said, you know, hey, for $140, I'm going to take the 20 contracts that they're offering up there. So, I mean, just to put it, right?
Yes.
There's your 20, and look at the pros, you know, and then, so that's where that, you know, that market maker just could have gotten executed, and then they take a minute, they put the offer back up, they split the bid offer, you know, and they decide that they want to be in there. But yeah, I mean, that's one side of the trade. You're just trading bearish. You have your loss is up to 255, so you're out of the money. But, you know, you have profit potential all the way down to 235.
Let me bring this up for a second. So, let's see. Natural gas right now. This is a delayed quote, but I'll still get a good feel on it. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is where I could see that, you know, you do have traders going on the other side, and they could go heavy, because guess what? You are banging into the bottom here at that 253, right where we are.
Yeah.
Now, the way that this is set up, now, are we in the March contract too?
I believe so. We'll go back, but I believe it's the same contract.
So the way this is set up right now, if I was just looking at this, I'd be saying that, okay, you're going to get a rejection of lower price, because the last time we were down, it was 196,000 contracts. Yesterday it was 175. Today you get 44, but the action's going to be right now.
Oh,
so
for sure.
We'll see where it shakes out, but...
No, and just to go back, so, yeah, those are the 11 a.m.s. I just wanted to check and see if they did. Ah, there you go. Check it out. So
it's
here,
back,
perfect. Yep. It's back, okay? So there's our 12 o'clock. Again, we're at 2.8 pennies. So you have all this more. This is going to be expensive again because now we have more intrinsic value to the upside.
Yep.
$33 to buy it because 28 of those dollars are intrinsic value. Bearish side, though, that's more realistic. That's where it should be, okay?
Right.
Costing us $8 because it's all premium. It's out of the money. Now, the other side, let's just take a look. I'm just curious for the binaries because, you know, if you're making directional trades, especially, we'll go into natural gas. Let's just pull up the noons. Just pull up the chart real quick. So, again, we're at about 257.
There's been some real movement here.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to check it out. Okay, we'll come back with those numbers.
Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 153. Nasdaq is up 57. S&Ps are up 13. We're coming right back, folks. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
It's a special month at TFNN, and with market volatility back, we've decided to hold an open house in our Tiger's Den. For this month only, you can get a full 30 days of Tiger's Den membership without paying anything. The Tiger's Den is our interactive chat room where you can chat with other tigers and tigresses, along with the TFNN hosts during each of their programs. For all of the details and to start your 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den today, visit the front page of TFNN.com before this deal is gone.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we had gas inventories fall 194 BCF.
Yeah, so I think I saw a headline come over that the estimate was maybe around 180 something, so pretty close in line. I know as we keep going, But, man, they have quite a breakdown here in terms of the full U.S. total. You got the East, Midwest, Mountain, Pacific, I'm sure, as that digs in. But let's just jump back to the chart and see where we're going. So not too much of an action. We got a little bit of a bid, right? We were trading just about at in the 10 minutes. I mean, check out, we started looking at that at 10:20,
exactly.
and we went all the way almost from 256 to 258. Just before the news breaks, we spike up to 259.5. We're back a penny, so a little bit of a bid. We'll see where we shake out.
And, that's probably a decent indication that you won't break down on gas out here today because we're so close to that low. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. And what does get intriguing is that, it's the second week of February. We know up north you can get nailed with some big snowstorms right now, but they only get like 3 more weeks, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
So, yeah, the estimate was a decline of about 183, and we came in a decline of 194. So a little bit less than we thought, which would mean that we should get that little bounce,
right,
but not too much of a dramatic difference in terms of, it's not like we were looking for a decline of 183 and got a increase or anything like that.
And those were bullish bias, those trades, most of those volatility trades, right?
Yes, each one, the floor,
right,
the focal point was going to be 255, right? So you would have had, call it a head start. You would have had intrinsic value on all the bullish spreads.
Yep.
And you would have been just paying the small premium price on the bearish ones. So on any of those trades that we went over, at 259, I mean, let's just pull it up. So here is, nope, those are both the bearish ones. We'll pull in, we'll go back to our spreads, our natural gas. Let's take a look at the noon ones. There's our bullish spread. So let's say we had done the bullish one. You'd be able to sell it right now if you wanted to, and you get back $43. Any of them would be in the money just because you got the pop in the right direction,
yes,
like you said.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see where we go.
Pretty cool.
Definitely.
And folks, just come over to our website at TFNN. You can hit the banner on the top of the side, bring up that demo account, and of course, don't forget the next ones that will be coming up that are pretty cool to trade out would be Bitcoin spreads Monday morning.
Yes, definitely.
You can watch them close out tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, and let's jump back into Bitcoin because Bitcoin's had some action this week.
It
for
has.
Sure. I mean, it's
definitely has.
The market's got so much action and Bitcoin's calmed down a bit, but it's been quite a move. Now just even in the last 24 hours. So about 4:30 in the morning Eastern time, we were up almost at 10,000. Quite a far cry from where we just were. Yeah. We spiked down to 9,500. We're back up almost $300 from that price level. I mean, back this up a little bit. I mean, look at that run. So you're talking about from about February 5th, we're back at the 8,000. We go all the way down that February 6th, quite a run, down to about 63, 6,200. And then extend that out to the right, and man, quite a run up from all the way, approaching with just a hair under 10,000 last night.
Right, and if we go take a look, we'll pull this up because the Paul called in the afternoon show, and Litecoin was on fire.
Oh boy,
it's
not stopping, huh?
Seriously. So where do you see this? This was quite a move. Okay, so look, that's up 6% right now. We pull this up. Look at that move here. Is that yesterday?
That's yesterday.
Yeah. This is what. Let's see.
Back it up one more day if you can.
Yeah, I can do
Put that 2 days. Yeah.
I can do.
Just even 2 will be enough. Because it was all.
Look at that.
Yeah. So when he called us in the morning.
Yeah.
So there's it was hanging out at about 2:10. That from 10 o'clock till 11.
Yeah.
But yeah, quite a run. He was talking about the night previous that it had. Went from all the way from about 160.
Look at this.
Up to 210.
Hit 230 today. 237 this morning.
Yeah, I mean we're up at 237 exactly. Yeah, and that did. So where was your show last night? There's your show last night where it did. So at about 12:30 Eastern time, spikes down below 200, and then by the time you were on the air, it's back up to 215. And man, it had some legs to run after that,
didn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Yes.
And what's it going to be?
I saw the article you sent me last night too, huh?
Yeah.
Coinbase is going to start allowing websites to accept Bitcoin. It would make sense, I mean, as in there's a bunch of API platforms that you can integrate into your website, right? And just like a credit card, payment processing is becoming easier for websites to facilitate.
Right.
It's just a different avenue of payment as long as the site is willing to accept that as payment, right?
Right. Which is pretty wild. So you can see, like when I was reading this, I says, okay, hold it. Then
Yeah, so Coinbase Coinbase is putting out that they are going to begin offering APIs where websites can just easily integrate the ability to take those as payments.
Yes.
And you can see how anytime you can make it easier for your customers to pay for anything, right?
Right.
I think, you're open to that because it's getting to the point where, guess what? Their next step's going to be that, well, and then you can just take that money. Yeah, you have some risk, whereas, maybe you have a 24-hour period where you have to try and get it back into dollars, right, or in some capacity, or you're just willing to let it ride on Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's becoming easier where there's less risk, I assume, where if you can begin accepting that, well, guess what? Then you're going to be able to, they'll charge a fee, I'm sure. You can get it right back into dollars somehow. Or so, you know what I'm saying? So that's the next step.
Because it's an exchange of value, because that's all money is anyway. It's an exchange of value. And, that's something. And what happens, folks, is that the press release had that it was one of the shopping carts was Shopify. And if you go to Shopify, they have like 500,000 merchants. There's a lot of, there's a lot of people that are on Shopify, so it's a big number.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go take a look at some of the, well, here, we'll go to TripAdvisor first. So TripAdvisor, which has been on a big downtrend for a long period of time, they come out with numbers last night, and, numbers weren't bad. This thing was up $10 last night when I was looking at it, and like, okay, but look at it, it's not going to hold. Yeah. Pretty amazing. 90 bucks, down to 29. Good pop, though. Look at that pop, 47. So it hit 47 this morning. But that was up higher than that last night. The Cisco Systems. Now this is a trip because all this cash that people are bringing back, right? Cisco's one of them. They're going to basically, and this was always the deal about, okay, what are they going to do with the cash? Well, bottom line is that Cisco is spending almost all of their cash on buybacks or dividends.
Okay.
Let's see if I
maybe even scroll lower because we're only back till 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
If it was,
I think it's
there. You go.
Yeah.
So
there it is.
Repatriating $67 billion to fuel shareholder payouts.
Right. And out of the $67 billion, I believe they're going to spend 47 of it on buybacks and
I already
dividends.
Okay, that's it. I mean, the number, so right away, 25,000, let's see if this digs into it.
25 billion.
Excuse me, billion, yeah. Is right away in buybacks, let alone what's in there in dividends, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, boost the buyback by 25 billion, and I'm sure there's dividend numbers in there as well.
And you're going to see, so wait till you see this, folks. This is just amazing how many shares Cisco has outstanding. 4.9 billion. Billion!
Not bad.
Pretty amazing.
For sure.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow right now is up 123. Nasdaq is up 39. S&Ps are up 9. We're coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum,
copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is up 86. You get the Nasdaq up 30. S&Ps are up 6. And, don't forget, folks, we have open house in the Tigers Den. It's a great trading room, 30 days. Check it out right in the front page of TFNN. Definitely. A lot of good Tigers and Tigresses. And we get a question in there. One of the questions was, what contract did we think was the best, the 11 or 12, or the end of the day when we're doing these volatility trades? What happens, folks, is that's why we want you to get used to them. It's that cut and dried, really. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. What are you trading for, right? Are you trading for a 5-minute trade just on that news? Are you trading, willing to pay a little bit more premium to stretch things out until noon? Or are you willing to pay the most premium to stretch out till 2:30? Now, the reason why we just did the 11:30s, the 11s and the 12s, is because you look at the daily ones. We're going to be at 260 is where they were going to line up.
They weren't going to line up correctly.
Yeah, they would have had a much more bearish tone because we were trading at 256 when we started looking at it. So you would have had about 4 pennies to the downside of intrinsic value. It wasn't quite the same volatility trade, and you're paying more premium for the time as well.
Right.
So that's why you want to just get familiar, just like you said, and then you figure out, what's your market bias, what's your expectation, and are you willing to pay for the premium for that time?
Right.
Is it worth it to you?
If I give you my personal point of view, what has seemed to happen is that if the 12 is not that much more expensive than the 11, I like the 12s.
I would agree. That's just my preference as well. But
because the 230s, you're doing a whole different ballgame. You might as well be trading like 2 weeks.
And there is increased premium usually for the 230s versus what you're paying for premium for the 11 versus the 12. A majority of what you're paying in premium prior to that news coming is for the news.
Yes.
So the difference between the 11s and the 12s is not that substantial when you really can get some market action in between that 11 and the 12.
No doubt.
The first move is not always the move that is the most dramatic. And as we speak, check that out, natural gas above 260. And really, oil's the one I've really seen that likes to turn around.
It does.
Yeah, you get a spike up 50, 75 cents after the numbers.
Yep.
And then before you know it, an hour later, it's down $1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oil is pretty intense, man.
Let's just see where oil's trading at right now, because that was quite a day we had yesterday.
Yeah, and oil tried to get to a high today and it's failed so far. Got over it and gave it up quick. Right.
So we'll back it up to the news. I believe that's going to be, nope, that's 1 o'clock. We're not quite there yet. Okay, so there's a full 24 hours. So that's 10:30 yesterday on the oil number.
Yeah.
We're trading at 58.60. Quite a run up all the way to the overnight session. You're talking about $3 up, basically 61.60 in that span. And then from there, though, we're down over $1.50, 59.92, and quite a trend to the downside. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
The market, yeah, see this market, this is going to be interesting watching this whole thing shake out now. Let's go over to this VIX just for a second. I want to see what this is laying out at right now. So you're still at 18. Come down a lot, though, no doubt. You know,
we'll be in single digits before long. It seems joking, but I mean, man, we were there for so long, and yeah, we're back. You know, on one of the updates this morning, I said we're back in the teens, right? Yeah. We're back in the teens, 18, 17, 19.
Okay, so if we go over to this S&Ps, so let's see. The high of the last counter trend bounce was 27.26. We made 27.19. Okay, this could be it. I mean, the NQs, what the NQs had done when we were starting the program, they went to the lows of the first day of the downdraft. Yeah, right there. So that was what, February 2nd.
Yes.
67.52 was the number. Now you get a rejection. So this could be, you know, we're gonna have you get the trading range that's set up. And if you know, once you start getting used to volatile markets like this is how they like to move.
Yeah, especially that was a huge day, that February 2nd. That was the first indication that what could be happening in this market. Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah,
and, you know what you have now you're right in the middle from the top to the bottom. So now your bull bear fight is set up now. This is the setup.
No, and February 2nd was that Friday, if anyone remembers it. Friday before the Monday, all hell broke loose, but Friday before the week of really some acceleration on the downside. And yeah, it's pretty remarkable that 67.52 is low. We spike up 67.54. And from there, we're good, almost 60 points, 55 points to the downside. Yeah.
And what happens, folks, I always like to see something that you can compare it to. That's why, you know, what tends to happen is that high volume lows, high volume highs, when they come into them, at least you have a comparative, like, okay, so the comparison that I'm going to be looking at, if I bring the Qs over, it's going to be how did you come up to that area, you know, versus, so that's 68 million shares traded that at 164.47. And look at that, we hit 164.53, okay?
Yep.
So by the end of the day, what you're looking for is this. I'd be looking for less volume than 68 million. We know what we had got yesterday was a good day, and you only got 52 million.
Sure.
So it'd be a bearish occurrence if we close where we are. It's really a bearish occurrence if you don't hold 162.93, which is the high of yesterday.
Okay.
That's how I'd kind of read that. So,
okay.
And if you get that, then what you have, now you get the trading range. Now that's the top of the range, okay? And the bottom line is that you get a high volume low at the bottom of the range.
Sure.
You know, and it's going to, because we've moved so fast, the market has expended a huge amount of energy, so you can really figure that you're going to move sideways for a while. The things are going to calm down somewhat. And then all of a sudden, out of somewhere again, it's like, oh.
And they might have already come down. We're in like 5 straight days of positive activity.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's a calm after you know, after the 5 days prior to that. Man, the market was about to fall out of bed to the tune of 10% in 6-7 days.
That was.
And we've gotten 5 straight days up. I mean, that's quite a reprieve.
Bring it right back.
It is. Yep.
877-927-6648. Boeing, of course, is the big mover inside the Dow again, as it is always. You're up $6. You know, that's trying to get into its highs. And, you know, this can test its highs because you get a high volume high up here. So 360.97. If we go back and just take a look at it, these high volume, I mean, these big number stocks are just 45 points is putting in positive out of the 52.
Definitely.
Apple's 19. United Health's taking away 30. CVS taking away 13. So I'm wondering if this is good old Amazon again.
Right.
Yeah.
They reverberate everywhere.
They do, because now it's that. You know, you get Amazon just going after the drugs anyway. Then you get Amazon, J.P. Morgan, Berkshire Hathaway, that trio that
brand new
are
company.
looking to, right. You know,
you got the medical supply company they're going to go into, right? Let alone the company you said, J.P. Morgan and Berkshire, going straight into the healthcare.
So they're getting attacked in a lot of different ways.
It's a very lucrative business, the healthcare business.
Those big spreads. Yeah. That's what it's all about, folks.
Yes.
Let's go into the bond market. So 30-year, you know, as our man Kevin Hinks was saying, this isn't, you know, pretty good expansion. It's a start. It's nothing more than a start. You know, we've been a one-way trade since December 15th. We went from 154 down to 143. We'll see whether we get any juice here. You know, what you do have, the 10-year hit 3% yesterday.
Watch out.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. It's only saying 2.9 now.
Okay.
I saw that hit 3 yesterday. That's interesting.
I don't know. Okay.
Let me put this. Weird. No,
Yeah.
2.9. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Don't forget about the open house, folks. Tell all your friends. Dow Industrials right now up 69. Nasdaq's up 22. S&Ps are up 5.5. Come right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
You don't buy into that nonsense, do you? You know you can't time the markets. I didn't. And in 2006, I set out on a mission to do just that. I began by surrounding myself with the greats like Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Basil Chapman. I read countless books and even looked to the moon and planets for answers. Now, we both know that trading is 80% mental. So I learned the exact tools that Tony Robbins uses to overcome fear. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability. And last March, the folks at Timers Digest began tracking my newsletter signals, which through January 18, 2018, placed me as the #1 gold timer for that exact time frame. Now, I can't officially be recognized until Timers Digest has a full year of signals, but clearly I've learned how to time the markets, and I'd like to teach you how to do that as well. Subscribers to Mastering Probability gain access to my live and archive workshops where I show you the exact same patterns that earned me this #1 ranking. If you're looking for great market calls and an education, sign up for Mastering Probability today at TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Okay, let's go to a blast from the past that many of our listeners are definitely going to know. Look at this. Okay.
Atari, baby. Atari. Yeah, go for it.
Pac-Man video game maker Atari is now a cryptocurrency play. Forget the joystick. Atari, perhaps best known for Pac-Man Space Invaders. That was the first one out of the gate.
Sure.
Is now jumping on the cryptocurrency bandwagon.
Can't fault him, for sure. So shares of the Paris-based company have soared more than 60% since it gave further details of its crypto push on February 8th, mentioning some of the plans in December. Atari is taking a stake in a company that's building a blockchain-based digital entertainment platform. As part of that agreement, it will create its own digital currency called Atari Token. Okay. The company is also expanding into online casino gaming partnership with Paraplay Limited to allow gambling with digital currencies. I mean, can't go wrong there, right?
Seriously.
Blockchain technology is poised to take a very important place in our environment and to transform, if not revolutionize, the current economic ecosystem, especially in the areas of video game industry and online transactions, the Atari chairman said. Hey.
They just, because if you have a closed system, too, I mean, they have their own game.
Look at that run, yeah.
Yeah, you picture you get a gaming system, it's a closed system, then you make your own money, then it's the same as like getting little prizes, right?
Right,
yeah.
Hey, for sure. And we know that video games are here to stay, man. Everyone loves video games, and technology is only increasing. And then, you know, when you look at the exploding online gaming business, and I think that's only going to become more prevalent. You know, I play some online poker. I mean, that's becoming more legal state by state. It really should be legal. You can gamble anywhere in the country, state by state, on horse racing right now, sitting on your computer. Guess why? Lobbyists, politicians.
You can buy lottery tickets
anywhere.
Which is like the worst thing in the world.
Exactly.
You know?
Just preys on poor people, you know, and they're a loser game versus something like that. So, but kudos to Atari. Rocking and rolling.
I haven't heard of Atari in so long.
Hearing about them all day now.
I remember when I bought you the first Atari. I know right where I bought it, too.
Hey, this market, we're only 30 positive. We'll see where we end up.
Look at that. Stay right there, folks. We've got swim lessons coming up next. Then we get our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon with Andy.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.